Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the Real Deal Talk Studio and the Real Deal Wellness Center. Epic 60 fighter interviews, round one. By the way, the fight is Friday, February 21st. Get your tickets. And right now in the house, in front of me is JonnyCage, Dreaden. Welcome to the show, bro.
Glad to be here, man. Nice to meet you, JD.
Let's go, man. I'm excited to have you here. Let's break it down. Talk to me, Johnny. And I love the name Johnny, by the way, because my son's name is Johnny. This is a beautiful thing. How old are you now?
24.
24. Young, spry, young man here. Now, when did you start? What age did you start training, and what kind of training was it?
I started when I was about 17, and my friend Devin went to this weightlifting gym that we both went to. So he trained at this MMA gym and was just like big muscle head, real strong, real good technique. And I was like, yo, I want to learn how to do that. He's like, yeah, come on down to our gym. And I didn't do it because I just never had time between school and wanting to work out. So like I would just hit the punching bag. But then when I was 18, I was in school and I got kind of tired of working out. I realized after doing like one jiu-jitsu class, just how the strength doesn't matter, which, I'm
Correct.
18 at the time. Like I'm not strong at all, but I thought I was. And like when the 120-pound dude just like chokes you out and makes you like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's humbling.
Very.
Then you realize how important grappling, wrestling is.
Absolutely.
100%. Okay, so that's 18. And then did you just become hooked? Did you say, let me try this? How did it work?
So I was going to join the military, but I got medically disqualified.
Oh, you did?
So before I got medically disqualified, I got huge into training, just like maybe 2-3 times a day in school. Well, 2 times a day for sure in school. Like I would come to the morning class and I would go to the night class. So if I skipped the morning class, I would do the boxing class and the night class. But it was mostly jiu-jitsu.
Okay, jiu-jitsu, yeah. Was this while you were in high school?
Yeah.
Senior year, right on. And where was this? Where do you go to high school?
This was back in Georgia.
Oh, Georgia.
Yeah.
No kidding. Where in Georgia?
It's called Noonan. It's about 30 miles southwest of Atlanta.
Yeah.
The way
nice.
I like to describe it to people here is it's like San Diego to LA.
Okay.
So like Noonan, San Diego, and Atlanta is LA.
Got it.
And
I understand.
Just a little bit closer.
So
Nowhere near as many people.
I love it. Mostly jiu-jitsu, and you loved it.
Absolutely.
So you became obsessed and addicted right away, or tell me how the journey go? Like how did it progress from there?
I was addicted to it all, but when I sparred, one of our coaches, he was like 5'2", gigantic, like just he was so muscular. We were sparring, and he hit me in the sternum, like the solar plexus. So I was trying to be southpaw because I wanted to be able to go both stances, but I would always revert back to orthodox. So I was like, oh crap, okay, I'm gonna do jiu-jitsu and I'm gonna do the kickboxing classes every now and then I'll learn to stay southpaw, and that way I'll get my foundation in one style or one stance, and then I'll start working on my natural stance.
Yep, which is normal orthodox, right?
Yeah, orthodox.
And then so when did you come out here?
This was about January 2022.
Okay. What brought you out? What made you decide to come to San Diego?
Man, honestly, I kind of got tired of living in Georgia. Let's see, I just randomly moved too.
Really?
Yeah.
Friends? You have friends out here? Did you come out with friends?
I have a cousin out here.
Okay. You came out hanging with him?
I actually didn't know he was out here when I first
Oh,
moved
really?
out here. I just wanted to move somewhere. I was like, I really want to see what another part of the United States is. Because, I went to high school in Georgia, and I'm from Alabama.
Yep.
And they're just like right next to each other. So I wanted to go to another part of the country. And in January, up north is pretty cold. So I decided to go out west. And I loved it here.
Was your family okay with that? We're like, what are you doing? Where are you going?
My dad didn't like it.
He didn't?
No. My mom and my grandmother were like, they were kind of like, all right, that's weird.
Yeah.
But, have fun. My mom understood the most. She was like, go do your life. And so I found victory within the first maybe 2 weeks out here.
Yep.
And I was like, whoa, Jocko Willenick, like I've heard the name. Like
Yeah.
I was looking to join the military. I wanted to go spec ops, but can't go anything 'cause
Yep.
it's medically disqualified.
Yep.
But so I was like, hell yeah, I want to go to that gym. The facility is nice and everything. The coaches are super awesome.
Yep.
And so I was going on and off there because like I was in a weird position in my life where I wasn't really training MMA all the time. Got in a couple of injuries through jiu-jitsu. Basically, like just working out, like trying to rehab like some of that. I tore my pectoral about 4 years ago.
Yep.
So that's been like a huge hurdle overcoming.
How'd you do that? Lifting?
Jiu-jitsu.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My roommate back in Georgia, his name is John Cobb. He actually, he was training out of Independent, the gym we went to. And he pro fighter, wrestler guy, and we were wrestling. I defended the takedown like really well, the hip toss. Then he pulled it back the other side, and I didn't expect it. Just boom.
Just ripped.
Slingshot. Like I slingshot to the ground, and I guess I felt a pop.
Yeah.
But I definitely like yelped really loud, like if you heard a dog. Like
Yeah. Wow. Ugh, man. Yeah, terrible. Hey, it happens though, bro. Especially in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
A lot of room for error. Okay, so that's out here, San Diego. You're 24. You got here about 3 years ago-ish.
Right.
So you've been training nonstop ever since. How many fights do you have under your belt total?
I've got 2 fights under my belt. So I let's see. I was on and off training the past maybe 2 years, and the story behind that is I was going to fight, but I was training under multiple different locations of the same gym.
Yep.
So I wasn't getting the same coach. And
Got it.
so the coaches were like, well, you've only been training here for 4 or 5 months. Like, you should get another, like, 2 or 3, do some key PKBs, and then we'll get you ready for an MMA fight. And I was like, well, like, I've done 1 or 2 of those, and I'd rather just, like, full send it go MMA.
Yeah.
And so, like, I just never did what I needed to do with those coaches. And then I just ultimately decided I wanted to go somewhere like LA was my first choice. I just totally got off topic there.
Yeah.
What was the question?
No worries. No, it's like who got you, who you're training with, like what the progression of your is, how many fights you had, like what the progression of your fights are, and like where you are now, who you're training with. So are you with Victory MMA? Would you say that's your gym now?
I would say that's my gym, but I can't say that that's my gym because I haven't asked for a coach's permission to fight.
Yeah.
I took the fight on my own.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I'm 24.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, am I really going to do this? Like, all right, I haven't been training with the consistent coach, and I'm not going to let that stop me from taking a fight.
Gotcha.
So I started texting matchmakers around April of last year, and I was like, hey, 1 month out, like I'll fight at 85, 205. Harvey, Antonio.
How'd you know about Harvey?
I messaged Epic a long time ago.
Yeah.
And this is when I was like, oh, I kind of
Yeah.
want to do it. At the same time, like I'm kind of a little, it's a scary thing, like
Right.
getting in that cage.
Yeah.
Man, nothing's like it. It's so fun though.
Yeah.
So Harvey told me about camo and getting registered, the blood test and everything, and he said that he didn't have a matchup for me. This was back around April, May, and then Antonio Jimenez reached out and he was like, hey, would you be able to fight June 16th? And I was like, sign me up. 185. All right, here we go.
Yep.
And so
that was your first fight.
That was my first fight.
How'd you do? How did it go?
Man, the striking was definitely all me. The guy was a wrestler though.
Yeah.
Like he was a solid. I feel like I've got a pretty good memory of what happened in that fight. Like after enough like thinking about it, reconstructing in my mind, which I haven't seen the fight on tape.
Right.
Like the Lights Out hasn't produced it, or it's not on Fubo Sports. So I think that I obviously know the striking was me.
Yeah.
But he was like running for that takedown.
Yeah.
I messed up the striking by standing too tall, so it made it easy for the takedowns. I kept getting up, got a few takedowns myself, and then in the 3rd round, I was just so gassed out, and he took me down. That was it.
And so since then, is that you working on it, like working on the stuff that you like the learning experience there?
Yeah, sitting down on the punches.
Yes, totally, bro, totally. And so where are you you mostly training at Victory then?
Yeah.
Okay, but you haven't had do you have a specific coach that's bringing you into the ring on this one?
No, because ironically, the guy who I'm fighting also trained at Victor.
Oh, really?
Different times.
Yeah.
So it's
Who are you fighting?
Kajon Maddox.
Kajon Maddox.
I think I'm saying his first name right.
Okay. I don't know if I've heard of him. I'm not sure.
He's only had one fight.
He's only had one. Okay, cool. So this should be an even match. You're both pretty new to the game.
Yeah.
The fighting game. Like
we're
actual
pretty
fights.
new. I mean, I wouldn't say it's necessarily an even. I mean, I guess it's an even match.
Yeah.
But
Just I'm saying like as far as your experience goes.
right.
Like in the ring experience.
Yeah.
Nice. And so so give me a prediction here. What's your main thing that you love doing? Like tell me how much you love being in the ring.
I love when that door shuts, it is the craziest experience. Like I just remember the first fight, like when they shut the cage door, I was like, damn, this is actually happening. All right. In my mind just over and over again, I'm like, wow, this is actually happening. Walking out, wow, this is actually happening. They're playing my song. Wow, this is actually happening. I'm not watching the person get felt down by the referee or whatever. I'm not watching that like that's happening to me. I'm about to step in there. Okay. So I love that feeling of getting in there. But so my favorite is striking. I love jiu-jitsu and wrestling as well.
Nice.
And I would say the game plan is definitely to keep it mixed.
Keep it mixed.
Yeah.
Nice. It's a good game plan. All right, dude. So anybody you want to shout out? Any trainers, any family that means a lot to you? Why you fight, by the way? What's the main reason you're fighting? What keeps you going?
Man, that's
like every day when it's rough because you're training a lot. It's rough when you get up. What is in your mind that's saying, I got to do this. I got to keep going?
I really just want to prove myself to myself, but like to other people as well.
Yep.
Like in the part of Alabama I lived in, part in Georgia, like I moved there when I was 16. Like I was always kind of the outsider. So it's like, all right, if I'm going to be the outsider, then like I need to be someone that's respected and not made fun of.
Yeah.
And so I was bullied a lot in high school or middle school, elementary school. And it's like, all right, I want to like prove that all that stuff that people said about me is not true.
Yep.
It's like, how do I do that? And I'm not in a specific sport. I'm in a dangerous sport.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, you tell someone you play football, it's like, oh yeah, I play basketball.
Yeah.
Like, all right, cool. You got an accurate jump shot. It's like I'm accurate with my hands.
Yeah.
I'm accurate with my legs. Boxing is fun, but I don't like boxing. I'm not good at it, so I'm not gonna say I like boxing.
Yeah. Nice, but you got to do it.
Yeah, you do have to do it.
And so, shout out anybody. You gotta want to shout out any trainers, any family.
I mean, I would definitely say Coach AP, Nate at Victory.
AP is what? Aaron Pete.
Yeah.
Yep. Nate. Snake the Nate.
Snake the Nate.
Yep, I know him. I've interviewed him.
Yeah, I saw your interview with not Nate, but Coach AP.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome.
Just always got that positive attitude. I guess I would also shout out my friend Brandon.
Okay.
He's been training jiu-jitsu for a long time. When I roll with him, it's just like, all right, I'm going to do what I can to defend and not get tired.
Yeah. He's a beast, huh?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Anybody else in family? Mom, dad, brother, sisters?
Yeah, I would say my mom, my grandma for supporting me throughout my life.
Nice, dude. Love it. All right, man. Let's go. I can't wait to see you fight, dude. I'll be ringside, ready to roll. Ladies and gentlemen, JonnyCage Dreaden. It's been an honor, been a pleasure. Can't wait to see you fight. Epic 60, Friday the 21st, February 21st. Get your tickets, and let's get it going. That's a wrap. Real Deal Talk.